Greetings in the love and in the light of our infinite prime creator, the divine grid programmer. Namaste, namaskaram. Frequency, resonance, vibration is a term used to denote the qualitative nature of a being's response potential to a spectrum of possible experiences. The frequency resonance, did I say response? Frequency resonance vibration indicates your learning path, temperament, emotional nature, and level of reactivity, or rather, level of self-mastery. The lower your frequency resonance vibration, the more you exist on the level of mechanical passivity or reactivity. The more firmly ensconced and imprisoned you are within the digital matrix. So, and the lower your place on the ladder of causality, meaning you're not a mover and a shaker, you're moved and shaken, rather, as opposed to being the fountainhead of causation. You are in control of your reality versus your reality beyond your control, a prisoner. But the lower your place on the ladder of causality, meaning you are more easily manipulative, have more buttons to push, and are more detached from objective reality. Basically, an extremely low frequency resonance vibration pushes you deeper into the service to self, aka dark or negative, predator-prey dynamic. Those with low and unstable frequency resonance vibrations sometimes come off as emotionally unstable and delusional. So frequency resonance vibration. This, I believe, is a vital concept term to understand for a person's own level of mastery rather. Because essentially our emotions are energy. All of our emotions and our thoughts certainly are energy. The universe, according to the first law of hermetics, the universe is mental, is consciousness. Everything is consciousness. Certainly, you can understand that your level of reality and the quality of your reality, whether it's enjoyable or abysmal, is based on the quality of your consciousness. And the emotions that we have sometimes, if we're caught in vibration, certain, this anger, depression, but all emotions are energy. All thoughts are energy. Energy moves. That's where the word emotion comes from. Emotion comes from motion, movement, thoughts, energy, your feelings, vibrational frequency. Energy forms and transforms. You can begin to see how our reality is all different varying levels of frequency and vibrations. Emotions move, have a vibrational frequency, take form, are changing and impermanent, malleable, manipulative. You continually change from one emotion to another. If you're lower on that level of control, the moment, see how you may be sad one moment or happy. There's a whole another topic to get into with how people self-medicate to distance themselves from their emotions and thus really distance themselves from who they are or what's going on in their reality or what they allow to go on in their reality based on the quality of their consciousness. Your mind-body complex, your mind-body emotion behavior, the voice in your head, that constant dialogue that most people are aware of, that continuously takes place, that oftentimes isn't your own voice. Because if you look at the advertising industry, people in your environment, the cabal, who basically wants everybody dead. But see, that's even empowering the cabal to look at it in that manner. But if you look at this matrix, this digital matrix, as just a school, another layer of the learning school, once you figure out how to control and be your own sovereign human in control of your emotions, how you choose to react or not react to any situation, then you realize self-mastery. And I mean, let me give you a perfect example of that, where I had to exercise self-mastery in my own day-to-day existence, interactions with the world. And so here's a channel or a platform that I post videos to. And incidentally, I had a little strike on my channel, so I couldn't post for a while. It's not really important, the particulars, but I just violated a YouTube policy. That's their game. I'm not here to complain. It's their game. I'm not going to complain. I just learned my lesson. But on this platform, it's the Wild West. People can say whatever here on BitChute. It's a whole nother experience. I look at it like going to the bad side of my apartment where I haven't cleaned up. There's possibly spiders in that area. But anyway, not. But so anyway, yeah, people can say what they want, and a perfect sort of example, and also this is just is a lesson, and it's an interesting sort of experience. But anyway, this video of a guitar thing that I did. Anyway, I'm not gonna. It's on my YouTube channel. 111 views. Ooh, I like that. I like those angel numbers. Namaste, namaskaram. Woo. Anyway, so this video, and incidentally, I realize I'm not, a great guitar player, or I don't think of myself that way. I used to play guitar all the time up until a certain point in my life, and then I went back in the military. I dropped it. I didn't self-identify with it like at one time in my life where it was my bliss, where it's all I did. It's only recently that I've picked the guitar back up. It's been a reconnecting experience. I'm not at the same level of guitar playing that I once was, but I enjoy it. It's a way for me to master my own frequency, resonance, vibrations, to journey, to reconnect parts of myself that, anyway, and I post videos on YouTube and this platform, BitChute. You know, it's not, it's, in my mind, it's not an ego thing where it's like, you know, I'm looking for return gratification comments from people. It's really a way of putting it out there, meaning, you know, I have to deal with realizing, you know, where I'm at with my guitar playing. But it's just kind of a process, a dynamic where it is an ego thing in the sense that if I'm sensitive, or you know, it's a challenge to put it out there, and then knowing that I'm going to be susceptible to certain critiques, if you will. And that's fine, because that is how I put myself out there to master my own parts of my ego that I haven't encountered in a while. And so it's all, this is a learning experience, and I put videos out. There is an element where I believe that I'm trying to communicate with people with valuable messages, you know, that I might think might be of help to people. In this case, I wanted to bring attention to this because it was a comment made on this video where it was an opportunity for me to master my own resonance and be in control of my own emotions and and see where my ego might have areas of opportunity for improvement and such. And so, you know, I get a comment, wow, that was pretty bad, terrible. And, you know, and this comment is rather, you know, I mean, I can understand if they just said, well, that was pretty bad, terrible. But then the person, and this is perhaps my ego investing more in this than should be invested, but they go on to be very detailed and very, man, it's just like, you know, okay, I get it. You could say, hey, you didn't like it, it was bad, terrible. But man, this was above and beyond the call of, you know, which is great. This is just absolutely horrendous by comparison, awful, and they go to continue to make their point. And so they say, so if you're going to post something, you need to be somewhere in the ballpark, unapproved. And, you know, and at first I respond, that was a rather involved and elaborate attempt at something only you know, but thanks for stopping by, checking out, and jumping around. And literally, that was my response, and I was okay with that. If I had an emotional vibration meter to, you know, check to see if I was somewhat annoyed with that or upset in any manner, it wouldn't have registered. And then, but it wasn't only until like the next day, let's see, I think like, yeah, that was like 4 days ago when I made that response, when the person made their comment, and then the day after I come back and I say, because I thought about it, and it was part of my, when I first got here to Austin, Texas, you know, I mean, I made sure that I came here for music. I came here out of active duty Army back in 1999. I moved to Austin to play music. And it was Austin because Stevie Ray Vaughan was one of my big, you know, people that I listened to. That Stevie Ray Vaughan introduced me to a lot of other kinds of music as a young metalhead kid. That all I knew was, you know, Iron Maiden and, you know, bands like that at an early age. And then of course it kind of, you know, that metal music, I got way off into extreme like death metal and all that, speed metal and, you know, black metal. But anyway, Stevie Ray Vaughan was always a constant, even in that whole journey of music and exploration. I had Stevie Ray Vaughan taught me the love of Jimi Hendrix, the blues, jazz, funk, everything that those two guitar players, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix, represented. Of course, Stevie Ray Vaughan was he was a Hendrix devotee. Hendrix blew people's minds, and, you know, and so he was that next generation, and I got it from him, and my mom had, you know, she introduced me to Hendrix and all that stuff too. But point is, where was I at that point? But anyway, so I come back after a day, and I was thinking, I was like, man, oh yeah, that was it. I came here to Austin to play music, and and so part of that journey was like, wow, you kind of quickly figure out you're not the only person with that idea. You're not the only person playing guitar. Wow, you think, whereas there might have been, my ego might have been kind of caught up in this thought that I was somehow special. Well, no, I was just another, and even if I learned also in my journey of playing music here in Austin, Texas, even if you're considered one of the best in your field, it's still just a hard life. You're still just a servant, because I mean, one of my favorite guitar players here in Austin that I love to watch, Alan Haynes, and just has a history of guitar playing. And I was watching him at like, in his late 50s, still having to, deal with stuff playing in clubs here, like at 3 in the morning, getting his own equipment, and that, that's just part of the whole deal. But anyway, my point is music, it's a magical thing, but there's also a grind to it in the business. I mean, it killed Hendrix, it killed Stevie Ray Vaughan. The record industries come and take over, and all the money, and anyway, I could go on and on about that. There's a whole, I guess, the 3D reality of playing music and being a musician, and sometimes the 3D, the third dimensional reality of the physical day-to-day existence, it takes the magic away from playing music, and that's kind of true of many things, of any artist or anybody creative. But anyway, so my point was, as I came back, because I had thought about it, and I was just like, wow, that person, it really wasn't something that got into my ego and bothered me. It was just kind of like, it just made me think about those lessons that I learned. And this person to me was, they were very invested in one, either trying to destroy my ego and make their point, but it was literally just, it was so over the top that it kind of like brought back memories. And I was like, so my response, where I come back a little more elaborate, was, and this was a speech to text thing, because I just kind of spoke into the my phone, and then whatever. So, but many guitar players seek to realize their manhood through this apparatus of just, trying to, basically, it's a primitive instrument that's, it's Plato, in fact, it's based on, he learned a lot of things on the proportions of the pitch, your string dynamics. And so, but it's just an apparatus of wire, strings, and wood called the guitar. And here I get maybe a little over top, but I've come here to separate the real men from the little boys, who view their guitars as a phallus symbol, or rather extension. For me, and in my mind, then estimation is more important to play with heart, and feeling is always more important. In my table of values, the power of Zen executed in passionate techniques always trumps purely cheerleader skill, technical displays. So anyway, yeah, I was a little bizarre with that, but and then it kind of goes on, and then I kind of like made, like a comment, like, equally bizarre is your predilection for boomer area guitar players and stale diatonic music. And so anyway, it's just, the point is just, you can make an ego thing about anything, and then it's just endless. But really the point with me talking about this, or bringing this up, is because I can honestly say during that whole exchange, and with that scathing critique of this guitar piece that I just, off the cuff, I was trying to make my guitar sound like bagpipes. And really, out of all the guitar videos I've posted and played on, this particular piece of music that I played, I loved it. It's the one it's my favorite. It's like, I hear it in my head, like, and I like to go back and watch it and listen to it. I'm probably half the 111 views on this video, because it was a piece of music that I did straight from my heart, that I was like, okay, I'm going to try to make my guitar sound like a bagpipe. And it, whether it was technically achieved what it was supposed to achieve, it doesn't matter. Just for me, it was a piece of music that is stuck in my head, and it's a technique that I'm gonna, as I practice my guitar in the future, I want to develop it, and it has room for improvement. But it's, but the point is the ego, and emotions and energy and self-mastery. I'll wrap this video up, but that's the real important thing, is having control over your own frequency response levels. Because I mean, that's how the matrix, the digital matrix, excuse me, imprisons all of us. I mean, understanding that our ego and our emotions is what ties us into whether we're imprisoned in this or not. I mean, the higher a person's frequency, resonance, vibration, the more you tend towards being consciously active instead of mechanically passive or reactive. And the more you're in control of your own reality, your own consciousness. And let me share one more thing. And then I'll wrap this video up. But wouldn't it be cool if, we had something like this, a vibration meter or what have you, vibration meter, AR635 handheld precision digital intelligence sensor vibration meter, whether you stick it in your ear or wherever you want to stick it, but you can, or I guess you can monitor your pulse rate, or your thoughts, depending on your level of how comfortable you are with introspection. But essentially, that's how we achieve the new earth, is mastery over our inner earth. We're all connected. Everything is connected. Everything is consciousness. The quality of your consciousness dictates the quality of your life, your reality. It's all connected. It's all good. It's all vibration. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned, folks. Namaste. Namaskaram.